just wanted to let you know that I miss you.
You used to be Democrat, then you had a kid. I mean, look, everyone's Democrat, everyone's liberal until something happens to make you grow the fuck up. This is why these leftists in Minnesota are acting like children. They're lacking the maturity to understand what they're doing, what they're fighting for, what the stakes actually are. People really don't have the defining moment that makes them fucking liberal. You're liberal, and then you realize, like, oh, we have a responsibility to our nation, to our people, to our culture. This is why they're acting so insane and so savagely, is because they're still immature. They're still acting like children. See, this is the problem as well. It's like, as a mature person, it is almost impossible to argue with an immature person, which is where this issue is arising. We're not on equal footing here. We're not of equally sound mind. We're not of equal intellect here. Not of equal experience. Trying to have a debate, a conversation. We're trying to deal with children. Have you ever tried to reason with a child? Have you ever tried to reason with an insolent child throwing a tantrum? It's impossible. You can't sit down with a child and discuss philosophy and behavioral studies. It doesn't work. They don't understand. They don't understand. And this is the problem that we're having. We cannot communicate with the left. We're unable to. They lack the cognitive ability to have a discussion about this.
I love what this guy says because he says it so eloquently, and it's just so true. The reason I left the Liberal Party was because I was maturing, becoming more self-aware, becoming calmer in the way that I looked at issues. And the liberals just weren't. And I first started to notice this within my peers, whether in college or my best friends at the time. They started gradually moving towards these more radicalized ideas that just didn't make any sense to me. Things like, black people can't be racist. Absolutely ridiculous to think something like that. And, you know, just really illogical things where they would use their feelings as an excuse as to why they thought or had certain opinions. Meanwhile, in my mind, as a former liberal, I'm moving away from how I feel and moving towards a truth. And now, I only value truth. I'm a truth seeker, and that is a really large reason I'm moving away from that. And you know, other people are saying that the behavior of these people is not normal. It's abnormal. It's not the way that a grown man or a grown woman should be behaving. I first really started to see this in COVID, but even now is worse than COVID, the behavior. I really started to see it. It really became clear to me that these people were going down a hill of mental illness during the 2024 Trump election, when he won, and then the liberals got online. You know, at first I thought, like, this gotta be a minority of people. This has to be a minority of people who are like this. Yeah, they acted crazy in COVID, but that was lots of fear-mongering. When people are afraid, they act crazy, right? But when Trump won the elections, I mean, that was, it's just an election, you know? It's not a big deal. Our vote doesn't count anyway. Trump's just a puppet. But all of these people shouting that women's rights are gonna be no longer, it's gonna be like the Handmaid's Tale. You know, we're gonna go into like martial law. I mean, that's not gonna happen because of Trump, I'll tell you that much. It might happen because of elites, but not because of Trump. I don't know, I just didn't get the fear-mongering around the Trump election and the way that they were screaming and crying on TikTok was scary to me. You know, most young people back when I was young were liberals, but we were like the chill liberals, right? We weren't screaming and crying, despite the fact that we were high school students. We were not acting like the new liberals. And the reason we were liberal back then was because it was pretty just normal to be liberal, at least in the suburban area, and it was odd to be conservative. It was almost like conservatives were a minority in my area, and we thought of them as like hillbillies, right? Nowadays, I think of conservative people as normal. Although I'm not conservative, remember. But I think of like moderate to conservative people as normal, and like liberals just as like these batshit crazy motherfuckers, like out of their fucking mind. It's just changed so much. You know, liberal used to be fighting for your freedom, fighting for equality. And on top of that, fighting against hate. But today, your modern liberal, it's a new kind of hate. It's a neo-hate. It's a hate towards white people. It's a hate towards people who disagree with you. It's hate towards men. It's hate towards white men, especially. It's this displaced hatred, pure hatred towards people that you either think are oppressing you or you think are on the side of the people who you think are oppressing you. Nobody's oppressing anybody. Maybe like rich billionaires that you can't see. Like, I'm not talking like Elon Musk, I'm talking about people you can't see. They're not in the media. Maybe rich billionaires like that are oppressing us. But Trump is not oppressing you. Men are not oppressing women, and white people are not oppressing black people. That's just not how it is anymore, you know? It's like they can't move on from Nazi Germany or slavery. They just can't move the fuck on. Welcome to True Sovereignty, where we're mastering our minds so we can reclaim our peace. On this channel, we're intertwining self-improvement and critical thinking. We critically think about this absurd fucking world. On this channel, you are not just joining me, you are joining a community of people who are like-minded thinkers. We have many different opinions across the board. We don't agree on everything with each other, but we certainly don't shout and scream like crazy children having a temper tantrum. So feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and you'll be joining a community of very intelligent, thoughtful people in my comments. So join me here on True Sovereignty. I definitely am honored and appreciate you checking out my content. Let's get back to the video.
We are already surpassing Hitler, Nazi Germany. Do you not see this? If we have to debate the morality of does a person deserve to be shot in the face by a masked man who just jumped out of his car working for the government, what have we become? Why are we here scrolling instead of getting out to the streets? I'm so serious, and I'm going to keep scrolling because honestly, nobody would join me if I got in the streets, would they? Because that's the thing, when we go to the streets, we go up the streets with our little plastic signs and we say, stop shooting people, arrest ICE. Do you think that's going to help a woman who just got shot? This is serious. This is no longer political debate online material. This is no longer wave your flag in the air in the streets material. This is Civil War, revolutionary bullshit, and I'm scared to say this on the internet because I know the government's watching me, and y'all better be fucking afraid of what you're doing to your people, because we will bite back. This is our country, and we deserve to take it back from the very terrorists running it now.
So in this video, you can obviously see that this woman is totally unhinged. She's totally gone off the deep end. A lot of the way that you can tell that these people just are not doing well mentally is that they choose these appearances. For this woman in particular, a very strange haircut. And this is not me insulting somebody's appearance. This is me pointing out the correlation between a very abnormal looking human being, which she has caused herself to be that way. She has chosen herself to look that way. And this mental disorder that she must have. You know, normal grown adults should not be acting in this way. You can tell that she's angry, obviously, but she's angry towards what? The administration, right? You don't think that there's people out there who are not liberal who are also angry at the administration? Like, for me, I'm more on the anarchy end, of things, although I don't like to label myself. Anarchists are 100% angry at the administration. We're angry at the entirety of the government and the system and the way it's been set up. I would even go as far to say, despite the fact that Trump is in office, there's still many, many liberal politicians in power right now that conservatives are also not very happy about. And the decisions they're making within each state, like Mamdani, for instance, and his communist dictator-like ways in New York City. Conservatives are angry at the system as well. You can't please everybody, right? The difference between conservatives, moderates, anarchists, libertarian versus liberals is that you will never, ever find anyone except liberals behaving in these manners. Never. I've never seen a conservative come onto a video screen screaming, crying, acting worse than a 3-year-old who can't get candy in a supermarket, who can't get the toy that they want. They're acting worse than that. It's actually kind of scary. On this channel, I talk a lot about the emotional immaturity pandemic. I will include conservatives in that. I will include libertarians. It's not a political issue. The emotional immaturity pandemic is not a political issue. It's not bipartisan. I think we have a lot of people on this planet missing screws in their head. But I think the liberals are worse. They're more mentally ill, statistically speaking. It's been outed that liberals are more likely to be on SSRIs and have depression. Liberals are definitely, it's a sliding scale, right? Emotional immaturity, it's a sliding scale. And I think a good portion of the really gone type of people are in the Liberal Party, unfortunately. That's just what I've noticed. Obviously, lots of conservatives can be that way too. They're just a little bit more quieter about it. Most emotional immaturity takes place not out in public, but within close relationships like family, romantic friendships. But the liberals seem to be doing all of it. They seem to be showing it in the public. They seem to be showing it in their relationships. It's quite jarring, honestly, that they're just really happy to put their face out there, acting like giant babies in front of hundreds of thousands of viewers that they're now getting, because social media is pretty wild, right? Be careful what you put out there. Be careful what you're saying about yourself as a human being, as an adult. I'm not on here screaming and crying. I'm on here being very logical, and what I have to say has merit. These people are, I don't know if they're gonna be able to get a job. I wouldn't hire somebody that acted like that. I wouldn't date somebody who acted like that. I wouldn't be friends with somebody who acted like that. I don't want to be around these people, ever. Even if what these people were saying was correct, let's just say for the sake of it, if what these people were saying was really correct, and they had merit, and they had reason to be upset, which they do a little bit, I don't care. The way they are acting makes me not want to be anywhere near them or part of any movement that they are part of. Perfect time to bring up the fucking fact that Casey Anthony is also part of the liberal movement, apparently. Yes, let's listen to the woman who killed her baby stand on a moral pedestal, high ground, and preach to us what we should be thinking and what we should be doing, right? Dear JD, dear Vice President JD Vance, there's no such thing as federal law enforcement officer having immunity because it is convenient for you and this administration. This applies to your Gestapo agents in ICE. This crime needs to be investigated as all other officer-involved crimes need to be investigated in our country. Release the reports, release the body camera footage, if there is any. Hold this man accountable, as you would if the woman he shot in cold blood would have fired upon anyone else. What a fucking load of shit. What a fucking load of shit. Yeah, Casey. She needs to go in a hole and never come the fuck back out. I mean, all these celebrities too, like Mark Ruffalo, Ariana Grande, especially Ariana Grande. What the fuck? Like, look at these people's pasts. Look, they're just celebrities. They're just actors. They're not actually intelligent people. So because they have tons of money and they've been in movies, we should be listening to these people now? Absolutely not. I would never listen to somebody just because they were in my favorite movie. Can't take any of these people seriously. It's just a big joke. It's a clown world that we give celebrities this pedestal to speak about politics. I mean, I guess when you have platforms like X and TikTok, you can say whatever you want, you know, whoever can say whatever they want. But at the end of the day, whether you agree with these celebrities or not, or Casey Anthony or whatever, these people, you shouldn't listen to these people just because they have a platform. Not everybody that has a platform to speak should be speaking, honestly. It blows my mind. Now that I've started making content, it has been blatantly apparent, even more so, the absolute disgusting behavior of liberals. Like, okay, before I started making content, which was only like 4 months ago, it was bad, right? As I said, I left the party 6 years ago. But now that I've started making content, it's crazy. I mean, I'm a gay woman, right? And I'm a woman. But liberals don't discriminate. They really don't. They don't discriminate on who they hate. The person that they hate and that they bash could be a full-on trans person. They could be a black trans person. They could have all the minority checks on the book, and liberals will stop at nothing to attack them, no matter how small the disagreement is. So it doesn't matter how many boxes I've checked off on the victim list. I'm still an enemy of the liberal because I point out their hypocrisies on my social medias. They're not coming at you with good rebuttal, backed up with evidence and analytical information. They're coming at you with ad hominem attacks. You know, like bullies would say in high school or middle school. They're not coming at you with anything intelligent to say. Typically, they'll just say, "You're fucking stupid, this post is stupid, you're ugly, you're a pick-me," which is hilarious that I think that they think I'm a pick-me because I'm fucking gay. Who am I trying to pick me for? I'm not trying to be a pick-me for a man. I'm not trying to be a pick-me at all. This is like truly what I think. My favorite is that they constantly tell me I look like a man. I love that because I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter if you think I look like a man because you don't even know what the fuck a woman is. You can't even define what a woman is. But yeah, I've had some followers who were following me prior to knowing that I posted about liberals in kind of pointing out their hypocrisies, and they'd be like, you know, and they'll message me and they'll hit me up on my DMs and they'll say things like, you know, I find it really horrific and shameful. You should be ashamed of yourself as a woman that you are against your own rights as a woman because you're not a liberal. I've had women yell at me on dating apps that I'm not a liberal. I've now had to put in my bio, not that I want to, but I've now had to add like in a dating app bio, not that I really use dating apps, but that I'm not liberal or conservative, so, you know, don't come at me. But I did have a woman yell at me. She's like, I would never date somebody who's against her own rights as a woman. Okay, cool. I just said, sounds good. Like, there's not really, I don't really like reply to these people other than just like a heart emoji or a laughing emoji. You can't win with an idiot, you know? You can't argue with people. It's like arguing with children. Have you ever tried to argue with children? It's impossible. You can't argue with children because they can't properly put a thought together. They can't properly have an argument. Yeah, someone said, no one ever has a realization and becomes a liberal, but plenty of people have a realization and transfer from being a liberal to either being a moderate or a conservative. You never hear a conservative say, I woke up this morning and I decided I was going to be a liberal. You never hear that. It's always liberal to moderate or conservative. And I think it's because they're growing up and maturing and realizing that in order to be a liberal, you kind of have to be an immature idiot.
Oh! Get out of here, punk bitch! Get in! Leave! Go! I can't go!
Hey, I can be here. So
why are you out here protesting?
My name's Michelle, and I'm out here protesting because I'm against fascism.
Okay. What is fascism?
Fascism is words hard. Fascism is the authoritarian, why are words so hard right now? Sorry. Fascism is an authoritarianism that is about...
Can we ask you, do we think we have the right to enforce immigration law in this country?
I think you have the right to take your pencil dick and go off somewhere over there.
Another very articulate answer. Thank you.
Fascists out! Fascists out! Fascists out! Fascists out! Fascists out!
Hey, get this jerk off out of here.
Why are you guys out here?
Why are we out here?
Why are you out here? What are you doing?
Disrupting traffic, idiots! You can't do that! That's against the law! Wilding, I'm not gonna start doing this thing, bro. I'm not gonna run you over. Get away from my car, bro.
Okay,
Get away from my car!
We have the right to enforce our immigration law?
You're such a dork. You're such a dork.
You guys aren't very articulate. What do you think about...
He asked you a question, answer it. Is he a criminal?
Relax a little bit.
No, I'm not going to relax.
Why are you out here today?
To protest.
Hey, I asked you a question.
I'm here for, I don't know, it's a nice day, beautiful neighborhood. How about yourself?
We're out here talking to protesters.
Oh, yeah? How's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
A little cold. Yeah. Do you think the United States has the right to enforce its immigration law?
Mm-hmm.
It does?
Yeah.
So why is that not what's happening here, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's proof that they never have anything to say. They'll attack you physically, they'll try to attack you verbally with ad hominem attacks, but they never have anything intelligent to say. If you ask them a question that is very important to know, for them to even be out there protesting for their cause, they won't know how to answer it. They won't know what to say because there is nothing to say. They don't even know why they're protesting. half the time. They're just doing it because their friends are doing it, or they're being paid to do it, which I know that exists. But, you know, whether they're being paid or not, these people are acting crazy. I mean, okay, if you're getting paid to protest, I would not be going all out. Unless I'm getting paid maybe $1 million, I would not be going all out, putting myself in danger. Some of these women are bringing their children to protests. What the fuck? Like, when Renee got shot, unfortunately, her wife was like, wait, those weren't rubber bullets? Like, that was there was some footage that came out, and she was like, wait, those weren't rubber bullets? Those were real bullets? These people, it's like they don't realize, yes, law enforcement, which ICE is law enforcement, uses real bullets. It's like they're not thinking. They're becoming more unhinged. They're becoming more mentally ill. They're becoming more hypocritical. It's like everything that comes out of their mouth is hypocritical. Everybody's hypocritical to an extent, right? Republicans, libertarians, anarchists, we're all hypocritical because we're biased to our own opinions, so it goes like right over our head. But it's almost like everything that liberals say is hypocritical. There's not one point that they make, that they say, that is not a paradox to something else that they have said. It's wild, and they can't like recognize it, they can't see it. So I recommend like staying far away from people like this. And or just don't bring up anything political with these types of people, because ultimately at the end of the day, they're becoming dangerous, I think, a little bit dangerous. Stupidity, fear, it all creates, okay, so fear creates a few things in a human being. So if they're truly fearful, I think they are, because of the media, fear-mongering constantly. If these people truly are fearful, what happens in a fearful mind is empathy lowers, stupidity rises, critical thinking goes out the wazoo, no more critical thinking. They tend to be more violent and angry, and they end up in survival mode. So these people could actually be dangerous. Someone said, could this be something in the water? Could this be like chemtrails? Like, are they giving these people some type of medicine before they go out and protest? Because they truly are acting unhinged. So my advice is stay away. If you can't stay away, don't engage. Don't talk about politics around these types of people. I mean, these people are willing to put their children in danger and their own lives in danger when they have children, to leave their children as orphans, all in the name of what? Immigrants that couldn't care fucking less about them? Immigrants that are murdering people, raping people, doing pedophilic actions towards children? You're defending monsters. I mean, the hypocrisy, the paradoxes, I could go on and on. This video would be like 5 hours long. So yeah, my advice, stay away from these people. Don't engage with these people. There's no point. It's like you're dealing with giant children. Giant violent children, by the way. Yeah, this is not the party of empathy, inclusivity, extra care. This is now the party of insane violence. Someone said, I think it was Brittany Hughes, she said, yeah, these women are supposed to be mama bears. These women are supposed to be at home taking care of children. Women are used to caring for people. And we don't know what to do with that energy anymore because feminism broke down the family system. So now these women are seemingly trying to care for a group of people, immigrants in this case, and risking their lives for them. That's definitely like displaced purpose of life right there. Displaced anything. Selective empathy, whatever you want to call it. Definitely scary. Definitely scary. But even then, some of these women do have children. It's not like all these women are childless. Some of these women do have children. And so to Brittany Hughes, I would say, what do you say about the women who do have children? Is it just, it's not just the breaking down of the family system, but it's the breaking down of how we value the family system. Because some of these people do have families. So it's like, I think it's not just the breaking down of the fact that women don't have children to care for anymore. It's also the fact that even if women do have children to care for, they don't value it as much as they used to. Whew, deep stuff. I just want to say really quick, what happened to Renee was horrible. It shouldn't have happened. Should she have been shot in the face 3 times? Absolutely not. I think my opinions of law enforcement and what I think of law enforcement has been displayed here. That a lot of them are also not mentally stable and not trained properly. But on the flip side, Renee paints a picture of what the modern liberal is today, which is unhinged, willing to put their lives on the line despite the fact that they have families at home waiting for them, unhappy, no purpose, harassing and following law enforcement. I don't like law enforcement either, but I'm not going to follow them and harass them. And I'm also going to listen to them. Why? Because they have guns and I don't. It's just smart, you know? It's common sense. I'm not going to say, fuck you, I'm not going to listen to you just because I don't like you, if I know that you have weapons that I do not. So she just paints a picture. She didn't deserve to die. I don't celebrate her death like the death of Charlie Kirk was celebrated. I don't celebrate anybody's death, okay? What happened to her should not have happened. I understand why he might have shot, but he shouldn't have shot her face 3 times. I think we can all maybe agree on that. There are going to be some unhinged people who are like, she deserved to die, but I don't think she deserved to die, okay? But I think that she should have been at home. I don't think that she should have been following ICE protesters, you know. No one's illegal on stolen land. Newsflash, every land is stolen. All land is stolen. And we have borders for a reason. We have laws and borders for a reason. And it's typically because in different cultures, I've traveled the world, different cultures have different values and different morals, and some of them do not align with ours. Some countries think gays should be beheaded. Some countries think women shouldn't be allowed to drive or do anything. So we can't just mix cultures willy-nilly. It's like mixing oil and water. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. We have to do it responsibly, gradually, and legally. So I always say we should unite against the powers that be, right? The elites, the people that you can't see. But in this case, liberals are gone. Liberals are a lost cause. At least the woke, unhinged ones are. There might be some stragglers that are kind of ignoring the horrific behavior of the woke, unhinged liberals. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we have to just accept that not everybody can unite and play nice. These liberals, these modern liberals, are kind of like the meanest, craziest people I've ever come across. I've been alive for 32 years. I've never seen anything like this. So stay away from them. Don't engage. Don't expect them to change their minds. Don't expect to ever convert them or think like we could start a family compound with them or anything of that nature. They're not coming with us in the pursuit of stepping away from government. It just can't happen. These people don't play nice. This is why I fear the end of the world, because of people like this. People are willing to go kamikaze for nothing, really. Nothing. All for nothing. We don't value human life anymore. It's quite a shame. We don't even value our own lives, or our children's lives, or our families' lives. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. So stay calm, stay stoic, don't engage, don't interact. Just continue to better yourself every single day. Continue to grow, continue to focus on your improvement and your success, and stay away from these people. I would advise either moving outside the city or moving far away from the city, because that's where these people reside. And that's where these protests are going to start to pop up. So I would say stay away from the cities. Stay away from these people. They're bad news. They're bad news. They're bad luck charms. I always talk about how toxic people are like bad luck charms in our lives. And they, can ruin your fucking life, even if you just give them a minute of your time. They can ruin your goddamn life. So stay away. They're bad luck. Bad juju. Anyway, I appreciate you joining me on this video. I know I talk a lot about liberals. These videos get a lot of hits. Number one. Number two, it's something I am passionate about. I really want to bring awareness to this. And I try to intertwine a little bit of like self-improvement within these videos, talking about the emotional immaturity pandemic. But I'm sure you guys are well aware of all of this. So, if you like this type of stuff, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's always an honor. Check out my socials. On TikTok, I'm a little bit more controversial, if you will. So if you like this kind of stuff, you'll love my TikTok. But until next time, I will see you in the next video.